U.S. President Donald Trump has invoked the Defense Production Act to address constraints in the production of munitions. The development comes as concerns grow in Washington over whether U.S. weapons makers can keep up with demand, with the war against Iran exposing strains on munitions stockpiles. The Defense Production Act allowed the government and private firms to forge voluntary agreements and plans of action to help provide for the national defense. In a June 11th memorandum to Secretary of War Pete Hegseth, Trump said conditions exist which may pose a direct threat to the national defense or its preparedness programs, going on to cite limited production capacity, fragile supply chains, long lead dependency, and related production bottlenecks. Hegseth was on Capitol Hill on Tuesday meeting with the Senate Republicans about a $350 billion reconciliation package for additional Defense Department funding that the administration wants them to pass, specifically to replenish munitions. According to a recent report by Center for Strategic and International Studies, restoring pre-Iran war U.S. weapons stockpile may take years. A finding by the Washington-based think tank listed the 4 key munitions that had been depleted to more than half their pre-war inventory levels. It includes the Tomahawk land attack missile, the Terminal High Altitude Area Defenses, or THAAD, interceptors, Patriot missiles, and the SM-3 and SM-6 ship-based surface-to-air missiles. The think tank, says that restoring these munitions that were heavily used by U.S. forces during the nearly 40 days of joint fighting with Israel against Iran would take at least 2 years. However, Hegseth has often rejected reports of munition shortages. While testifying before the House Appropriations Defense Subcommittee last month, he claimed reports of shortages were overstated.
I take issue with the characterization that munitions are depleted in a public forum. That's not true. And ultimately, we have all the munitions needed to execute what we need to execute, and we're going to ensure that we supercharge that going into the future.